What up? What up? What up? What up? Let me clear my throat. What's up with y'all? How y'all doing tonight? Appreciate y'all coming for another night of the real unwoke, not the fake unwoke. And y'all know how we do. We gotta delve into some of these happenings today, and hopefully it'll be a fruitful discussion. Guys, this is not for the faint of heart. So if you're easily offended, I strongly advise you to just have a seat, put it on the shelf, whatever you need to do, look away. But this is what we do. We delve into the controversial topics, and I'd like to introduce you all to my guests here. Got a couple familiar faces here, but let's just in case no one knows who you guys are, JP, can start with you. And also to find too.
What?
Introduce yourself, brother.
Man, I'm JP. FW, don't fuck with me.
Look, man, you never know. We got new listeners. I mean, new subscribers, new listeners, all that stuff. People don't know who you are. Where can they find you, brother?
I'm lying, man. FWL, FWL podcast.
There you go.
Apple Podcast, Spotify, all of that.
All right. Miss Mimi, let them know.
Yo. What's up, y'all? It's Mimi, celebrity hairstylist Mimi Lace Me. You can find me on IG, all the social media platforms at Mimi Lace Me, include YouTube, my podcast Shapeshifters.
All right. Okay. And last but not least, Chris, talk to him.
Name's Chris. I'm just a random civilian. I'm not part of any podcasts, any platforms. I'm just a positive person without any attachment to any platforms or podcasts or anything like that. So
not the cap.
You can't find me anywhere because I ain't trying to be found.
Okay, I feel that. My man Chris actually is a licensed mechanic. So if you guys are ever in the area, holler at your boy.
Don't holler at me. I got a job. I'm trying to go home to my family.
Oh, well, I'm just trying to help you out, man. Get some customers.
Not trying to be found. Not part of any platforms.
You black bastard. I'm trying to help you out. Anyway,
right.
So guys, y'all have seen the thumbnail. If you've seen the thumbnail, you guys already know what we are talking about tonight. First topic of the evening is obviously the what's her name? Her name is let me make sure I got it right. Make sure I got her name right here. Give me 1 second. Hold up. Wait a minute. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure I say this lady's name right. Oops. My phone. Okay. Lily Phillips. Do you guys know about her?
Is that
Chris,
the girl
I know you
that slept
know.
with all the boys? I mean,
oh my God. There we go.
Is that her?
Okay. Yes.
I just assumed because she looked like a Lily. She looked like she'd do some Lily shit.
Yeah, she definitely looked like a Lily.
She'd do some Lily shit.
JP, you heard of her?
Nah.
You ain't heard about her? Chris, nah. Mimi, what you know about it? Do you know anything
I actually
about
I had kind of heard about it previously, just a little something. Scroll in the feed, and then today somebody sent the video to me. Oh no, actually Viral them posted it. I guess speaking about it or whatever, and then I was listening to that. So yeah, I kind of learned about the details a little while ago. So yeah. So basically she's regretting it.
Yeah. She
but I'm
definitely
just trying to think, like, I know a lot of people don't have a right mind. Apparently, she does not have a right mind, right? So, because what would possess you to even think to do something like that?
Well, you know what? We are going to actually watch this little clip of her talking about it, her experience. So, guys, in case you guys don't know, this woman right here, she took it upon herself to sleep with 100 men in one day. So that's basically she had her guts
rearranged.
Rearranged completely by 100 different guys.
And apparently, 101. She did 101.
101. Hold on. Wait.
Stop the cap.
No, they said it like when I was listening to it on their stuff earlier. They was interviewing her. It was like a little thing recap, and it was like it was 101. It was 101. She had to take one for the team.
Okay, okay, all right. That's I didn't know that, but I guess if you already hitting the 100, you already hitting the 100,
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I guess one more ain't gonna hurt. But let's go ahead and play the snippet and see exactly her thoughts on that experience of being for the intergalactic highways.
It feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
And chat, let me know if you guys can or cannot hear this, but everyone in the panel, y'all can hear it though for sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
It's
Sorry.
okay. It's okay. Just take
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think I was you know when I talked to you last, like I was not nervous. It was like the day before I was like, oh, I'm so nervous. But it was good. It was more, I guess the interactions when like, I'd have to stop them early and like, you'd have to stand on business and be like, I'm so sorry, you got to go. And like the awkward interaction of like you feeling pressure to have to make them come if like you haven't spent enough time with them and feeling like they didn't, like you didn't give them a good time because like they only got 2 minutes.
So I don't know completely what her motivation was to even do this. I want to say it was money is what incentivized her, but what do y'all think about that? I mean, is it even worth it? I mean, I know the obvious answer, but like, what for $100 million? What is this something that's permissible? I mean, do you see this actually being something that a woman should endure for an exorbitant amount of money or put herself through? Worth it?
Not with the plans to be part of a family or have kids.
Yeah.
If you want to go live your life and not be part of a family or a mother or be attached to people that, you know what I mean, prioritizes, you know what I mean, your individuality, like do you? But if you got a family, a husband, kids, or if you ever plan to go down that road, nah, ain't no coming back from it.
Okay. And Mimi, what you think? You think it's worth it if the price is right?
no, what? No. I mean, I'm just trying to fathom that many people. Like, I'm trying to fathom after anything after. Like, I'm gonna give you like, because sometimes, I've heard people say, that sometimes, they had to go ahead and sacrifice it, and they had a side nigga, and they nigga wanted some, and they side nigga wanted some, to the max.
What the?
Two. I can see.
Mm.
Heard it before, but baby, 90
All in one day though. Like
in
what?
one day.
What?
But the thing is, I just don't understand. I don't think she got paid though. I don't think no major platform sponsored that. I think that she was hoping to get that, and then she was also hoping to get her OnlyFans to the $1 million mark. But it's at what cost? Because I know that we can talk about her or whatever the case may be, but it was something that in the beginning when she started to cry, like I could see all the regret in her face. Like she regretted like it probably was the worst experience of her life, and she probably like, what did I do this for? Like, but it's like, what made you even thinks of stuff like that? Like, who thinks to say, where did you even get 100 niggas from? That's what I want to know.
That's my point right there.
Come on now, hold on. No, hold on. Don't cap. Do not cap, Mimi. 100.
I don't even know a good 6. Where did she
listen?
get 100?
You mean to tell me right now? If you was offering the goods up for free, you just had a sign out there that said, free guts. You mean to tell me you wouldn't have a long line of dudes standing out there ready to come splash your back out?
And it's the mindset of the 100 dudes. Because we're talking about you're in line right now. There's a guy who's in there who's like number 60, who's like, all right, y'all done yet? Is it my turn?
Oh my!
Like,
Wait a minute. Wait.
Like that's my part. Like after 60 dudes that went through her, some dude still came in there and said, "Hey yo, y'all done yet? Is it my
that's
turn?"
what I'm saying. Like, where did y'all find these people that
And
was willing to do
I
this?
know. I can't think of 10 niggas in a row that's clean. Like after a while, I'm like 5 of them like, all right, that nigga dirty, whatever. So you talking about 60 dudes trifling that's
Yeah.
willing to
No.
do that
Wait a
in
second.
line.
Okay. All right. Let me read this little quick article. So it's a Lily Phillips is sparking a debate online after sleeping with 100 men in a single day. And with Josh Peters documentary titled "I Slept with 100 Men in One Day." The OnlyFans, so she's an OnlyFans model, so she's already getting paid. Recalls sleeping with multiple men in one day in October to create NSFW content for her subscription-based social media page. In one clip that has gone viral, the model can be seen breaking down in tears, as she says she felt somewhat robotic. Oh, you think?
Right.
Sleeping with that many men, that many people in one day. She said, "I think by the 30th, I think this is her speaking. I think by the 30th, when we were going on a bit, I've got a routine of how we're going to do this, and sometimes you disassociate, and it's not like normal sex at all. In my head right now, I can think of 5 guys, 6, 10 guys that I remember, and that's it. But it's just weird, isn't it? If I didn't have those videos, I wouldn't have known. Yeah, she had an astral projection. She astral projected out of her body after like the 5th dude.
She had to. She had to.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's just no way that you like. I cannot even imagine that type of trauma to my body. Like I can't even imagine. Like, cause every man that come in there, imagine the first one that went. He made the best of his 2 minutes. That was probably the first one she remembered.
When I just seen the thumbnail and it said 100 bodies, I thought we were like recapping some serial killer. Like when
No.
you had Luigi,
No.
you had Luigi up there, and you, bro, like, so let me ask you this. So was it 100 just consecutively?
Yes, it was consecutive. It was a
In
revolving
24
door.
hours. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I mean, my only thing, man, I just don't like hoes that just
It looks
cry.
like she was trying to set a record or something.
She just what threw me off is you just crying like with regret.
Yeah.
I like hoes that don't stand on business, my nigga. Like do your thing. Like, but for us, because now
Whoa,
you
whoa,
have,
whoa, whoa. What you mean? Back up, because that may speak volumes to the deeper rooted issue in this whole scenario. What do you mean
so
by that?
if you gonna do it, bruh, in your
Be about that
mind,
life.
no matter you know what repercussions in the judgment that's coming behind it. Don't now when it comes what people are saying now is not, and I'm pretty sure you expect it for some to go that way, like, oh my gosh, she's disgusting. But when now I don't think people realize the internet is for millions and millions of people and millions of people at one time,
Yeah, you
bro.
got a digital footprint out there for life.
Expect that many people coming at you at one time with the judgment. Now you crying and you feel shamed or this, that, and the other. And it's like, bruh, you put yourself. I don't like hoes that have
No,
regret.
okay, but the greater issue, I think the overarching theme here is that sex has been relegated to just being a sport.
It is. It
It's
is.
not there's
And
no
people
sacred
don't
value
treat
to it
it.
Do
anymore.
it if you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna do it for the reasons that you chose to do it. Do it.
Stick
It's not
with it. But
about
I
people.
don't think I understand what you're saying because I get it. I'm like that across the board. Whatever choices you make, you can't decide the repercussions. You just got to roll out with your choice, whatever that may be, right? But I don't think that she's worried about the backlash because she was getting backlash before she even did it. I
Right.
think that she didn't really nobody around her because Where your family? Where your parents? Where your sisters? Where your somebody? Nobody told you, like, baby, you finna let 100 men go up in you.
Right.
100. Do you know what that's gonna do to your mental? You're going to lose your mind. And she's
Mhm.
like, she didn't expect that. She didn't. You sometimes you just think you can do something, but you gotta expect the trauma. Like, I think it's more her mental that
Mhm.
she didn't expect to feel that way or have that type of thought once it was over with.
Yeah. I think because society has pushed this narrative, will push this false rhetoric out there, whereas sex it essentially has no meaning anymore. It's
Yeah.
just you just it's just with
Something you do.
consent. You just something to do. It's just something to do. You find someone. Y'all mutually agree to do it, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
and sneaky link up with each other. I just think that's what the society has born. And this is like the apotheosis, the pinnacle of what a broken society looks like. Right
Mhm.
here in this woman, it is completely epitomized in this woman. Because what is the limiting principle? Like if we're going to have any sort of smoke for this woman, what is the threshold then for other women or men that's out there casually treating sex as just a sport activity?
Well, it's not even. I don't think that it's just them. They treating it. I swear, whoever dresses Cardi B, Jesus, they are just incredible.
I can't stand that.
I'm not talking about her as a person. I'm talking about her stylist. Whoever be dressing her be doing their thing. But I think that it's just more so of a numbers game. It's like who could get. It's all about chasing the numbers
All
because the
about the
numbers is the
numbers, yeah.
dollars now. So it got to get more
Mhm.
outlandish, more outlandish. I got to be more outlandish, more naked, more
Yep.
loud, more important. I got to do all this more than this because soon as you scroll your feed, you look on one, it's 200 of them in a row. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So every one of them feel like they got to be more outlandish than the
But
last.
you,
Right.
but you can't sell coochie like you selling dime bags. It's you, you can't do it. You can't have a revolving door.
How dare you?
You know what I'm saying? Like, as a woman, you got to be smart enough. It's women in the sex industry have to really, really be conscious about how you move when it comes. You can't have people just coming in a revolving door. Is here 20 minutes later. Here's another one or five. So she said they had a 2-minute limit.
2 minutes.
I didn't even hear her say after 2 minutes. I was hoping the guys weren't getting impatient after I tell them I have to wipe off first before the next guy. It don't sound like she wiped off.
Ugh.
But I'm just
Mm.
want to know.
Mm.
Okay, to speak to her mental, I get it, right? We know
Mm.
something is wrong up there, but I'm just concerned about the men who agreed to do this. Like after, like
What
you
man
said,
are gonna turn
number
it down?
32.
Huh?
Like it's cool. It's
That's nasty.
coochie. It's they everywhere.
Uh,
Coochie is
okay, okay,
everywhere.
okay. Stop it, y'all. Y'all need to
Everywhere.
stop. JP and Chris, y'all need to stop.
Coochie is
This may
everywhere.
not
Hold on.
Why
apply
are
to
you gonna
y'all.
line up?
This may not apply to you two on the panel, but I promise you, there are a bunch of celibate, incel, lonely men
Oh yeah,
that
you're
would
right.
jump
You're right.
at the
You're right.
opportunity
You're
to
right.
splash
But
some
I don't
cheeks.
I
You're
don't
right.
believe but it's hard to believe that the men that you're describing, if they are these guys that's lonely, desperate in their mama's or grandma's basement playing video games, beating their meats all day long, I still don't think there has to be some type of incentive for these guys, for someone to be told, hey guys, it's 99 of y'all going to line up and just get 2 minutes with this chick. I don't care how sexless these
It's
men are,
morally depraved. I know.
for them to line up for that. With men knowingly, the problem with men when they know. Now, what we don't know don't hurt us. Now, if she's been fucking 99 dudes all day long and she called us to come through, we just don't know we number 98 or we number 65. That's different. But when we're sitting outside the door, even growing up as youngins, that we say we running a train on female, bro, it's a limit, a number limit, bro. That 3 to 4, even though that's wrong, dog. But you're talking about 1 through 90 1 through 30. The number 30, bro.
It's
After you
insane.
seen 29 other guys, we don't know the
Yeah,
person.
but think of but come on, bro.
I just want to
This
ask you, do you
Yeah.
know what baloney look like?
You're talking about after you take it out the microwave or before?
Hey, Mimi, don't go there. Don't go there because you about to
But
get
I'm
it.
just
Hold up.
saying, imagine after the 10th person what her coochie looking like. I'm just saying, like, these are the things I think about. I'm a very critical thinker, and I have to think about all the dynamics of what had took place. Because at some point, somebody did not have the common sense enough to be like, hold on, this is insane. Like, what are we doing? This lady coochie looking like roast beef, and you still gonna stick your penis in there. So
Bro,
Oh my God.
it's chicks who sell sex for a living, dog, that cannot make it to 99 men in one day, and that is their profession.
That's insane. That is an insane amount of people.
Okay, so this is
It
obviously
is their profession, dog.
All right, Chris, go ahead. Let me hear your thoughts, Chris.
Huh?
Oh yeah, he getting
I'm just
checked.
thinking about the time limit. You got 2 minutes. That means after 30 dudes went in there, you stood out there for an hour waiting your turn.
God.
Right. Right.
Wait a second. Slow down, Chris. What did you say?
I'm just doing math in my head. You said 2 minutes a man, so that means after 30 men, you've been waiting an hour to get your turn.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Well,
That
let me.
means
Okay.
For an hour straight, you've been watching her getting banged. You've been listening to this shit, standing outside the room.
Not only that, dog. Not only that. You know how.
All right, my turn.
You know how.
What number am I? 40. Damn.
You know how competitive
Hey
men
man, I
are.
bet you some of them had timers too. They're like, hold up, man, I got.
All right, he went too far. He over 2 minutes.
And you know how competitive men are. So if we hear what's going on, we know when it's our turn. We got to show off. She got to be louder. We got to go ham. So every man is waiting for his chance to get a better reaction. Man, that pound town, man, come on.
I'm saying, imagine what her uterus feel like right now. Oh my God.
Look.
I know it hurts.
Look, y'all may disagree with this.
She was sober this whole damn time. She ain't got no drugs. No, she wasn't drugs.
She had to be on some drugs.
All right, look. Y'all may disagree with this, but I personally don't see any distinction from what she did than what you see women out here doing today. I mean, if a woman had
sleeping with no 100 men in no day, I'm sorry.
Well, okay, not in a day. Not in a day. What about in a lifetime? But okay, not in a lifetime before the age of 30. You don't think that's a lot?
Bro,
look at Mimi. She thinking about it. What are you thinking about?
No, because this is the thing, right? This is the thing with me. I feel like however many people you want to sleep with,
there it
that
is.
is on you.
That's why she did what she did.
Who am I to say that you
there we go.
Be sleeping with who you want to sleep with?
But that
when
logic,
it gets to a point where
what's the point? What's the limiting principle?
What do you mean limiting principle?
I shouldn't know your personal business, first of all. But if I do and I see that you're being like over, like I'm not trying to control no other woman's vagina. I'm worried about mine.
But
okay?
most people are not. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is,
like holding each other accountable.
But listen, because it's not about holding, because that starts fights and arguments and stuff that you just, because it's really not my business. It's your body. If that's what you want to do with it, you got to deal. Like everybody probably told her, you know what I'm saying? They probably did.
Oh my God, I'm trying.
They probably did tell her, you know what I'm saying?
That's feminism.
She did what she wanted to do anyway. I don't know.
That is pure.
Call us
unadulterated.
It's not feminism. Why has that feminism? It's just like if men want to,
because that's the mantra. That is precisely the mantra feminism carries is sexually liberated. Don't be.
No, I didn't say be sexually
well, okay,
liberated.
but when you say,
I choose to live a certain type of way.
But listen,
I
Mimi,
cannot tell her how to do what she
do. But hold up, just that right there. Oh my gosh, just pause and freeze that. What you just said. That mentality of I can't say to the next woman what she should do with her body. I think that's perfectly fine and dandy, but I do believe there is a moral law that we all should objectively be able to speak upon. Meaning, hey, if you're just giving your body out frivolously to anybody, you're degrading yourself, and you're speaking from a moral law standpoint. And I think if we're not able to speak objectively, and it is going to come off judging, because look, if there's a standard in place, if there is a standard established, then we all know what to adhere to. And when we all know when we're going beyond the standard. And hey, rightfully so. If you're going to put yourself online, you are opening yourself up to be scrutinized by the world. You voluntarily done that.
Exactly. So what am I going to try to convince you not to? You knew all the prerequisites before you signed up for it. That's just
Well,
I mean, we all know what a hoe is. We all know what a promiscuous woman is. We know what a
I don't think we
Jezebel
do.
is. We
I
know,
don't think
yes,
we
we
do
do.
today.
We've been talking about this for centuries. It's been in songs. It's been in raps. Everybody know what a whore is.
Chris, what's a
Everybody
hoe?
knows what a prostitute is. Everybody know what, you know what I'm
Better
saying?
wear
We know the categories. But what
Okay,
I'm
hold on.
saying is, before she decided, I'm sure she thought about, damn, what is my family gonna think about me? What is my this gonna think about me? If I do this, what is they gonna think about me? She thought about. Women don't just wake up and be like, I'm gonna be a hoe today and don't think about it. No, when she decides to be a hoe, she made a conscious decision.
She
because
belonged
she
to the
thought
block.
exactly, and she knew that, and she did not care, because any woman that sleeps around for decades, we call them a whore. So if she's choosing to be called a whore because she wants to put over her whatever needs she needs to satisfy, then she already made her choice, baby. You can't. What I'm gonna do?
Okay, I hear that. I hear that. I hear what you're saying. But I do want to. I'm just out of curiosity. Chris, what is your definition of a whore?
By textbook.
No, your definition, or
My
by textbook, whatever you want to go by.
textbook: a woman who has sex without either being in a committed relationship or a marriage.
JP, what's your definition of a whore?
You know what? I don't know, man. I don't usually use whore, man. I use bitch.
You see what I mean, Mimi? We don't know what a hoe is anymore, because it is literally taboo.
We all know what a hoe is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
No.
stop.
Okay, well, okay. So y'all lying? Are you lying, JP?
Because you know what? We loosely use words and overly use them now, like crashing out. You hear that all the time. We overly use words to where you really don't know what it is, because now you're not really using it in the correct context anymore. You're not even using it in the correct context. So, but I'm gonna be honest about it. That's why I never really. I mean, younger days I used it, but now when I really look on it now as I'm older, I'm like,
exactly. Like, what is a hoe?
But you don't think that there is a
by whose definition?
Okay, but Mimi made the claim that we all know what a hoe is. So is this like something we subconsciously know, or is this something, or is there a standard that is a pre-established standard of what we can all point to and say, oh yeah, she's a hoe?
There's always been a standard. There's always been a standard. You know what I mean? I think the problem is that the level of shame that goes into what we label a hoe towards a woman and towards a male is kind of looked at differently. But it was always the same thing. Somebody who has sex outside of committed relationships.
You've used it. We've used it so much out of context that now that we don't. It's the norm. So a hoe or whatever that it is, it's the norm. So,
I mean, you say use out of context. What do you mean by use that out of context? How do you use that out of context?
Because most of the time, bro, using whore or hoe and whore, it should be totally different. But we just been using it as an insult. You just saying it's a woman that sleep with multiple women, multiple men. That could be a slut. That could be you know what I'm saying? That could be a prostitute. That could be anything. But whore, hoe. I mean, we've used all those words because we've used all.
We underused it. Under the context that you're using it, we underuse it because it used to be overused back. You know what I mean? During the time where our grandparents was young or whatever, but it was always, you know what I mean, having sex outside of wedlock, which started you know what I mean, you being a overly promiscuous man or overly promiscuous female. That has always been ground zero. Who you are sleeping with and how many people you are sleeping with and under the condition. And once you get to sleeping with somebody outside of a committed relationship, that's whoredom.
White people use slut. The white community use slut. Black community use hoe.
No,
That's just what
they
it
both
was.
the same.
And it came in and it coincided together.
But JP, you don't think they're you don't think they're interchangeable?
It was never. It was never a
about a
racial
woman that
thing.
slept with multiple men. They call them a slut. In the white community, black, we always call them a hoe. Always call them a hoe. So,
Mr. So-and-so says, yes, we have always known what a man hoe or a woman hoe was and is. It's just today we think it's a streetwalker. And
Yeah.
Kiki,
So it's a test. Like I think the whore and the slut is a test of prostitution.
Kiki said hoe in 1999 is different from hoe in 2000. She ain't never lied. You ain't lying.
What's the difference?
Oh, these hoes is different.
see,
these hoes is different.
I hear what y'all saying. I hear what y'all saying. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Any closing thoughts about this? I think it's ridiculous. I think this woman is going to live the rest of her days in pure regret. I don't know. I mean, intensive therapy might help, but I don't know.
She has limitless demons inside her. And
yeah,
she to jump in the what is it, the river of Jordan, and
to get them out, baby.
She needs some type of baptism.
I feel bad for her. I do. That's got to be such a traumatic thing. I feel so bad for that child. Somebody need to get her some therapy.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for her at all because you had 99, you had 101 times to say stop.
No, but something else is going on in her already.
She's a demon.
Exact that to attempt that. Like something is not something ain't right up here. She need to go get some help. Like somebody need to pay for that baby to go get.
I don't think there's a place that she gonna find that help. She fucked.
She fucked up.
Mr. So-and-so said the hoe of 2024 gets married to get the man's money and house. All right, Mr. So-and-so.
So you marrying hoes, basically.
Well, I mean, you know, slim pickings these days.
You gonna marry her?
Well, before you close that out, would I go back to what I was saying, normalizing that behavior, right? The number games of women having bodies in 2024 is astronomical right now, right? So whether or not she was a prostitute,
and they're never gonna reveal it to you.
A regular girl just fucking off, that is what you're gonna be considered marrying a hoe, because anything now that is single trying to find marriage now considered a hoe because they have so many bodies. So
that's why I'm like, why the hell are these women still wearing white dresses at their weddings? White is supposed to symbolize purity. So you better start putting on that black dress, home girl. And that's
definitely wearing a black dress to my wedding. And I ain't even a hoe, but I'm wearing a black dress.
You wearing a black dress?
Yes.
Oh my God.
The hoes that ruined the white. I don't even want to wear white. The hoes that ruined it. I'm gonna go to the black dress. The hoes that ruined it for me, baby. I'm going on to the black dress.
Oh. All right, y'all. We're gonna move on from that. I think we didn't beat that hoe to the ground. Mr. So-and-so says, yep, I got suckered by the gold digger hoe. I learned my lesson. Don't worry, Mr. So-and-so, we all do.
See, this is the thing with that. It's just like you gotta kind of look at yourself. You know, what made you attract a gold digging hoe? What made you marry a gold digging hoe? You have to take responsibility and accountability for things that you are not even thinking. It's just something in you, sir. And I apologize if that happened to you, because I don't condone, you know, taking things from people that is not justified in divorce and whatever else, right? But if you were in fact a victim of whoredom, my question is, why were you attracted to that type of woman? Why didn't I know you seen the signs early, but I think you just probably wanted what you wanted. What men have a problem of what they see and wanting her to be like the other person. You can't. It's not gonna work like that. So I feel like I need to know both sides of the story.
And now D Nice want to get on. That D Nice, you just missed the hot topic, man. What I needed you here for.
You always but I missed something, nigga. Dang.
You did. D Nice, I'd like to introduce you to my homeboy Chris. Chris, this is D Nice.
I gotta go to Emery.
Okay. D Nice, this is Mimi. Mimi, this is my boy D Nice. And,
how you doing, Mimi?
Hey.
And you already met JP before, right?
Jay, what up, man?
All right. Briefly before I close this segment out, we were talking about Lily Phillips. You familiar?
No.
Of the name? Okay. She basically, I don't know what I'm thinking it's to increase her subscriber base or whatever the incentive was, but she decided to have sex with 100 men in one day. And now she has a video that's circulating online where she's crying. She regrets it. And she essentially had to disassociate herself after the 10th guy. And this was all consecutively as well. So it was back to back, getting her back blown out. Basically.
Wow, you got to do all of that, huh? Yeah. Tell the story.
Look at D Nice. Come on, man.
Come with it, man. Tell him, man.
I know. Thank you, JP.
What's your opinion of this broad fucking 100 dudes, bro?
Yeah, man. What's your thoughts?
Come with it.
He gonna crash out.
One, that's her prerogative.
There you go.
And labeling somebody, goes both ways. Number two, I wouldn't advise it for followers. I wouldn't advise it for, social media presence. I wouldn't advise it at all because it is like professionals that's worth millions.
Why not? Why not?
It's just, the things, the knows and the stuff that about everything in society. Society puts brands on stuff. Society is tough. They make unnecessary comments, and it's really tough to be a woman.
So you're saying it's okay for her to do it, just keep it private?
Yeah. Just keep. I
told you.
Yeah.
Stop the cap. Niggas don't know won't hurt.
What is going on? Our society is done.
Bro, listen to me. Hear me out.
I told you, Neil.
If
we're done.
Do y'all know anybody that's Jamaican?
No.
Do y'all know anything about? Okay, so hear me out. In their culture, for men, it's like empowering to have sex with multiple women. It makes you more attractive in a certain sense. Like if you meet any true Jamaican, his body count is probably in the hundreds, no cap. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't just say it's wrong.
Wait a second. How are you comparing men to women? It's a different. It's a double standard there.
Here goes that red pill.
Oh, wait. Okay. All right. Look. I'm just simply saying you don't think that sex has a greater impact on women, especially that exorbitant amount of men of meat sausages going inside of her guts.
Listen. I agree that we are different. There's a line there, but again, that's her prerogative. And then if she's not in a relationship and if she loves, smacks or whatever the case is, you gotta respect it. She's not doing nothing wrong. She's if she was doing what Sexy Red was doing to everybody, then there would be a problem. There's no problem if she's being.
What is Sexy Red doing,
bruh? Bruh, you didn't see she.
Hey, look, I'm no fan of Sexy Red. I'm just asking.
I'll tell you, but basically she's being safe. It's something that she wants. It's consensual or whatever the case is. So it's up to her. It's inside of her to figure out, if this is going to damage her internally or not. As far as like her having stamina, she got stamina for 100 dudes. Like what are you going to say about that? It's her choice. It's
so you don't think this type of y'all don't think for you D Nice and you Mimi, y'all don't believe this sort of behavior should be regulated in our society?
What is she doing wrong?
Chill.
I'll answer your question if you tell me what she's doing wrong.
Well, I mean, I could tell you what she's doing wrong. She's
Go.
she's
I'm listening.
degrading her body. She's basically she's hollowing out her soul.
Mhm.
She's certainly limiting her options to ever find any sort of man of value to
Okay.
take her serious. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, it's a
But
detrimental
what she do to
ripple
us
effect.
though?
Now all of
Well,
that
well,
stuff
it's not. What is that's what I'm
Why would
saying.
we regulate it?
all
Well,
that stuff is
let me
coming
ask
from
you. Okay, because you don't believe certain behaviors in society should be regulated.
bro. All
A
I'm
lot
saying,
of things. It's
she's
opinion.
not.
Like that's an
She's all
opinion.
that stuff you just said, Neil.
Is that
Is
an
all the
opinion?
stuff that
Do
Yeah,
we
huh?
not regulate behaviors today in society?
we
Regulate
do, but
behavior,
yeah, we
bad
don't. Yeah,
behavior.
don't kill people. Yeah, like
Yeah, she's not doing
don't
nothing
steal
Oh,
wrong.
from people.
okay,
Don't harm
okay.
others. But we
Mm-hmm.
can't stop you from harming yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So if that's what you want to do, that is on you. You know
I
what I'm
can
Right.
saying? Like
assure
So
you.
if
If
I,
somebody you know, somebody you love, a friend of
It's
yours,
right.
or
That's
whomever decides he wants to delete himself,
it's a
that's his
sister.
prerogative. Are you going to stop him?
yeah, I'm gonna try to stop him
stop him.
Why?
because I don't want him
I'm
to
That's
going
his.
hurt
to
you.
That's
stop
his.
him.
But that is his prerogative. Don't impose your will on his prerogative.
Listen to me. How am I going to stop him?
I love
If
the
he
extreme.
wants to kill himself, I may be able to stop him at that moment. But if that's what
You're in
he
the
want to
you're in
do,
the
he's
moment with
gonna kill himself. Like so,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna stop him in the moment, but that's not gonna stop him from killing himself.
Bro.
I'm just
Wrong
saying,
with
like I
possibly.
said
You
earlier, this is
talking
this.
about regulating? You talking about regulating behavior? That's just a consensual behavior, bro. She's not doing that wrong. If she's running
Well, I
around,
disagree. I disagree. I
if she was running
disagree.
around, if she was running around hurting people, as in
And
burning and giving them as.
But I disagree that consent should be the limiting principle. I think there's a such thing as moral law, and she's violating moral law by
To
harming
who?
herself in this
To
manner.
who?
She's harming
Your
herself.
morals. Your
She's harming
morals.
herself.
She's
She's harming herself.
in your
And
morals.
hold up, no. It's
Yours,
not just, but
not
it's not.
hers.
No, it's not just my morals because
Yes,
you
yes,
even
it
said it
is.
yourself. You even said it
Yeah,
yourself.
listen.
Behavior should be regulated
Hear
in
me out.
society. That's not my morals.
Listen,
Those are
it
not my
should.
morals.
If it's hurting someone,
She's
she's
hurting
not
herself.
hurting anyone.
You don't think she's hurting herself?
But that's her business.
Hey, listen.
Like,
Oh, wait. Why you hesitate? Why you hesitate?
Who me?
Do you think she is harming herself by allowing 100 men to bust her back open and tear open her spleen?
Now that I know the whole story, yes, mentally she's hurt. But I don't
Okay.
think she's
Mental,
physically
but-
hurt.
So she's harming herself.
but what you gonna do? What you gonna
Neil,
arrest her for?
you keep switching the narrative. Let me
I'm not,
finish
listen,
about
I'm
your,
not
your let me
caping.
finish
I'm
about
not.
your
I'm not
morals and her
caping.
morals.
I'm just throwing
Here,
the question
I'm
out there that this
I'm gonna
speaks to a
smooth this
greater
out for you
issue.
real fast. Check this out.
It does. It
My
definitely speaks to
morals,
her mental health.
my morals,
Definitely.
your morals, Jay's morals, Mimi's morals are all different. We may have
that's the
similar
problem.
ones. We may have similar ones,
No,
but we have different morals.
No.
Trust.
That's a lie.
We have similar ones, but we
That's a
all
lie.
have different morals.
That is a lie.
That is the
truth.
truth.
Truth is objective. It is not subjective. Regardless
Okay.
of what you believe, there's no such thing as my truth, her truth, their truth. It is one truth, one objective truth of morality. That's why if you step outside, you see somebody torturing a dog, why are you morally obligated to say something or not say something? If you see somebody abusing a child, why is it your business to say something? Because it is a violation of moral law. You see something and it innately, instinctually, you say something, you do something.
We have similar morals, but we all live by different codes. It's just that simple. There's not one person that lives by the exact same morals as the next person. It's not.
It's
That's
not.
the
All of our
truth.
moral standard is different. Everyone's moral
Thank
standard,
you.
their religion.
JP, what you got to say about this,
is
man?
because your upbringing.
You're
up.
correct. You're correct, but it shouldn't be though, because the problem is if you do open up that door to say that we all have different, we have the core values, but all of us live it. You know, we have different stances. But it opens up the door for the people who do live differently on those standards. You mold it in a way for it to go in a certain direction to justify wrongdoings on your end. That is the only way that we have different morals. Is you're going to stand a certain way to
It's called relativism. Absent morals, absent any sort of moral code that you abide by in a society, you revert to relativism. Basically, it's just all how you subjectively feel. And if how you subjectively feel is valid as the next person might think, oh, you know what? I want to diddle kids. That's my subjective morals. You can't trump my morals, and you can't even say what I'm doing is wrong because I am just as right as you are. So absent any sort of moral ethical code, any moral ethical framework, if we just take that out of the equation, everybody can do whatever the hell they want without any consequence.
Welcome
You understand
to
that?
2024. Nigga, where you been?
But you know what? Mimi and Nice is they have a point on a certain sense too, because no, it is our duty and our choice. Just because we is hoes in this world, we ain't gotta fuck
that part.
The ones that's choosing to fuck them is there. It's on them. But the ones that stand firm, we don't have to make a law and regulate it for us to stand firm. What needs to come is us standing firm and not fucking.
Oh, sounds like an ethical code to me.
Huh?
Sounds like a standard to me.
Well,
yeah, but
I think we've given Lily enough.
You can't force on everybody. That's your own prerogative. So even within the relationship of your own marriage or whatever, how you dibble and dabble with your spouse or whatever is unique to your own moral code. You know, everybody has, like my man said, everybody got their own way of going about it. You can't regulate that and make it a fair society.
Oh, you mean like we do today?
Yes,
no,
like
because everybody's marriage is different.
So we don't regulate behaviors today.
You said what?
So we don't regulate. We don't regulate behaviors today, Chris.
No, we do not regulate how we consistently have as adults.
So you're telling me into society today there are no behaviors that are not permissible.
Don't answer that, Chris.
When it comes to how you cooperate with the
that was a yes or a no, my friend. That was a yes or a no.
No.
Oh, you said no. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Once it gets past consent, you're on your own.
Consent. So that's all they need is consent. I got you.
Yes. Once you get consent, you're on your own.
Why are you going against the laws of gravity right now, Neil?
I'm not. I'm literally pointing out the obvious. I'm pointing out the obvious, and y'all looking away. That's what's happening right now.
You're trying to point out like small obvious. Nigga, this is how it works. This is how the world is working right now. Consent is the key. So we can't snatch that out and be like, well, okay, so no, bro, this is if it's okay.
Right. Why do you think sex has devolved into a sport activity? Because it has no meaning, because the only limiting principle. No, it has not, Chris.
So wait a minute. You mean to tell me that
if you disconnect meaning from sex, it devolves into a sport activity. It has no meaning.
Has been that way.
No, Chris.
Bro.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Mimi.
So you mean to tell me if you want what the standard of what sex is should equate to with the treatment of your body or whatever, so that means that will regulate across the board. So which means then whoever is regulating it will be able to tell you how you can interact sexually with your wife. Because if you regulate sex, morally, they're gonna say, okay, well, morally, I don't think you should.
There's already laws on the books right now.
I don't think that she should perform. I don't think she should perform fellatio on you by my moral code. If we're in a Catholic or if we're in
y'all forgetting right now that there are laws on the books right now that prohibit you from doing certain acts with your spouse? There are laws right. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Absent a moral code, there will be something in its place. It's called relativism.
That's just perspective. So if I decide,
you can't grape your wife, Chris.
Well,
that's not consent.
You cannot grape.
That's not consensual.
Oh, really?
You have to pass consent.
So if you're in a religious, hold up, go ahead, Mimi.
You said rape, RAPE.
Use the word grape because we're on YouTube. Grape.
Oh, grape. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm like, what?
YouTube lingo. YouTube lingo.
Okay. But like, you still have to have consent because you could go to jail if she didn't give you consent.
Oh, really?
Even if you're her husband.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So let's just say in an Islamic faith, right, where the woman has to conduct herself in a certain manner. She has to abide by certain codes within the framework of their religion, right?
So,
Mm-hmm.
Is that consent? If a woman voluntarily enlists herself to be the spouse of this man, but then also signs and gives consent that she gives herself to this man in all and every way.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm saying, is it consensual? Is it consensual for a woman within the Islamic faith to
yes,
voluntarily give
yes.
herself to the husband, and she belongs to him essentially,
That
and
is
he
their
decides,
regulation of
okay,
their faith. Yes.
no,
So
no,
if
no,
she's
no.
if
She
she's living
volunteered.
by
That's consent.
Islamic
No,
code,
okay,
that
yeah,
is
yeah.
her consent when she
Okay,
knows
but
that
hold on,
these
Here's the
are her
second part.
duties once
Bro, you
Here's
she
the
just
second.
marries this
volunteering
man.
But
the
here's
whole
the second
thing.
part. Here's the
About?
second part. Here's the second part. She volunteered. She gives consent. She grants consent to her husband, that and voluntarily enlists herself into this marriage. Right?
Yeah.
That's consent. What if the husband wants to grape in her mind, or what she perceives? Oh, I didn't want it, but he wanted to take it because she gave consent initially that you are mine.
No, that's not.
Oh, no,
Listen,
let
that's
me
on the
soak in the
Islamic
silence.
faith.
Let me
Here
soak.
amongst
Oh,
the
okay. So now it don't
Americans,
matter. Okay, so now
amongst the
consent don't matter.
Americans,
Put
no,
Oh,
your
we're
hands
not
down,
talking
nigga.
about. I
y'all
didn't say
mother,
it didn't matter. I'm just saying amongst the Americans,
y'all. That's what I'm saying.
you
If it gets
cannot
really
rape
nuanced,
your wife.
then y'all
Like
ain't
you
got
just
nothing to
can't
say.
do it. It
I
doesn't matter
listen.
under
I don't
Islamic
like
faith, and I
talking over
respect their
people.
Yeah,
faith,
but
but
I
I
mean,
don't. I don't live under Islamic faith, so my husband cannot grape me. So if he grape me, then guess what? He going to jail. But
No,
I mean,
but
that's
that's
just
deviating
depending
from
on
my
how
initial point.
you feel like if
But
Listen,
he
see,
grape
y'all
or
keep
not.
trying to bring it back to a
no,
subjective me thing. It's not about a subjective
no.
me thing. I'm saying right now there is not a religious dominating force dictating to everyone how to move, but there is a force out there currently. It's not religious in nature, that is currently dictating to you how to move. That's why certain actions are prohibited.
the fuck is you
So
talking
y'all keep
about?
on saying, "Oh, everybody's doing." I literally just gave you an example, Chris.
And it
Did
was a
you
terrible one.
did you smoke today? Did you smoke today?
No, because
Okay,
I
Well,
you
That
think
was
haven't.
a
Okay,
terrible
all right.
example.
Go
yeah,
I
ahead.
man.
think he was.
Smoke on it. Smoke on it.
It was
Just smoke on it,
terrible.
Chris. We'll
Yo,
move on
you
because
treading on a really thin line with this one, man.
no.
Can't
I'm
lie.
literally pointing out objective reality that right now on the books there are behaviors and actions that are not permissible in
I'm not trying
society
to fight
because
your
they are
reality.
regulated. They are currently being regulated, and consent ain't got shit to do with it. If
And you
y'all want to
still
just base this
name
off,
anything.
if
We
y'all
talking
want to
about
just
sex
base this
though,
off,
right?
huh?
We talking about sex though, right?
You said have sex?
No, we're
The
talking
only thing,
about sex, right?
Oh yeah. Well, sex is another
listen,
element. I mean, sex is another element.
within it, there
In
Or
my
are
are we
opinion,
still
things
talking about
regulated
Lily or
consent and
no?
age.
this all brings back to Lily
That's the
because
only
I
thing
think what
that's
she's doing,
regulated, consent and
what
age.
she's doing to herself is harmful, and I think there needs to be a regulation of that type of behavior. That's what I believe. That's what I
How is
because
she harming herself?
Okay,
oh, well,
Okay.
Mimi just said she
Well,
might suffer from
so
mental
Leo,
illness.
can I ask you a
Perhaps. I
question?
don't know. There's a variety of different reasons why she
That can
So
happen with
might be
people with one
harming
can
person.
I
herself.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what up?
So you want this regulation, right?
Well, it's
Yet
not about
there
what I
are
want.
professions to where. Okay, listen.
It's
The
not about what I
regulations
want. I'm
is
just
up in the air. We don't know who wants the
I already
regulations.
know
We're
he's
just gonna
going
say the
with this.
regulation.
I think I know he's going with this. I got to hit it for him.
Okay, so you have that there. What do we do with the professional actors that perform these acts? How do we
I was
regulate
just
them?
about to
what
say.
acts?
I was just about to say that means we have to get rid of
The
pornography.
professional actors.
We have to get rid of
Oh, you're
porn.
talking about? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
wouldn't that
How
be
do we
that would
regulate them?
be?
get rid of that.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I
again,
mean, they're
That
you're
would
not
be
hurting.
the
They're
consistent with my
government
correct,
point.
and they're
telling
making a
That
you.
would be
living.
consistent. That would be absolutely consistent with
But
what I'm
see, it
saying.
wouldn't be just a
Yes.
My
law
thing
for
is,
them. It'll be law for everybody. So that means you and your wife too.
Is there a
Like
law today for
either
That
everybody?
part.
Is there a
So you
law
have to
today right
regulate
not
them
in
now?
in the
your
middle.
bedroom. You can do whatever you want to do in your bedroom, long as it's consensual. Past the thing of consent,
Why is
you can
prostitution
have.
illegal?
Why is it?
Why is it
not.
illegal?
Why is
Because the
prostitution
not.
illegal
government
currently?
can't
It's not.
regulate
That's not
it.
true.
They
It's
That's a
can't
state by
not.
state
regulate it
thing.
Chris,
because you
and
can't
Chris, in a
regulate
few
sex.
states, Chris, such as Nevada, it's legal.
Okay.
But I'm saying for the
All right,
vast
so
majority of
Okay,
the
clear that
not
up.
legal.
in the
I
vast
can go
majority
to
of the United States,
and pay for it legally. That means it's legal.
Hey, and guess what? It's this thing called PORN. It's paid for.
what's your point?
It's paid for. It's legal.
I have
And
a question.
that's in all 50
That's not-
states. That's on the
okay,
internet.
yeah.
That's on
Oh my
TV. That's on all over the place.
That's not
that's a-
prostitution, but
Hear me.
What?
There's a
not
very thin
prostitution.
line when
That's
it comes
a
to
form of
It's a
sexual
very thin
interaction.
line when it comes
you're
to
straw manning. Y'all straw manning my entire point. But well, let's move on to the. Let's okay.
You-
Look, y'all got any
you
closing
so-
thoughts on this?
Oh
Child
my God.
made.
Because I killed y'all. Look, I cooked y'all on this one. It's all good. It's all good. Let's just move on. Y'all got cooked. Y'all got cooked. Y'all got cooked. It's okay.
No,
Let's
man.
move on. I'll just
He-
say this.
he's-
I'll just
he's
say this.
cooking it.
I'll just say this last thing.
That's
Absent
beef.
any sort of moral code in our society, if we completely expel any morality, any code of moral ethics from our society, we devolve to relativism. It is literally how you feel.
Stop reading from your
How
pad
I
and tell
feel,
me
how
we're
you
gonna
feel,
regulate
how
the
they feel,
PORN
how everyone feels. There's no
PORN
standard.
industry in Nevada.
Well, that's
what
what's
I
going
want to
on
know.
already.
I
mean,
know. Look at our
actually,
society.
it's
Would you
already
say
going
would you
on.
say, okay, Mimi, would you say our society is doing better or worse?
I mean,
There you go.
relative to what though? We are doing
Relative-
better as compared.
Okay, how about
to
just
what,
the
though?
black community
Hey,
in
we actually
particular?
doing Mimi, we're doing better. We're doing
I
better.
know
Mimi.
we're doing better. That's what I'm saying.
All at one
Relative
time.
to
Okay,
what?
we're all at
better.
one time. Chris, you go finish your thought. Then D Nice, you jump in, and Mimi, you can
No,
finish.
let
Up.
me finish it. In what section is it? Like when you say, is it getting better? In what areas? In what form? How do you position? You got to really structure that question correctly.
Right. That's
So
what
when
I'm
you say
saying.
it's getting better,
Relative to
what do you
what?
mean by
I'm about to
is
eat
it
that
getting better?
motherfucker up.
By every metric, Chris, society's
By every metric, yes,
it's
it's gotten
progressively
better.
getting worse, bro. Come on.
In what
Correct.
way does it get worse?
Well, we can talk about the
Then
declining
where's
birth
the
rate.
work
We can talk about the declining birth rate. We just start there, then. If you want to, if we got to really get, I'm not trying to get into all this. 'Cause I'm trying to move on to the next topic. Huh?
Listen, the lowering
The
of the birth
declining-
rate. Why is the birth rate lower?
Because y'all
because
make fun of single mothers, and so they don't
No,
wanna be
because
single
women
mothers no more,
prioritize
so they ain't having no kids.
education over their prime reproductive years, and they wait later on in life to have children. That's why.
Because
and usually
why?
when they
The
have
ones
children
that
later
did
on in
have
life,
children,
Down. He got
the ones that did have
I'm telling you the
children,
truth.
call them whores
and later on in
baby
life when they
mamas,
decide to
and
have
don't nobody
children when they're
want
around,
them.
well, that's the thing. Single mothers got to get clowned on because they made a fair.
Well, then that's why they not having kids. Nobody wants to be a single mother.
Thank
you.
you.
Have it.
So the reason,
no. Well, actually, in the black community, 60%
the birth rate is lower is because women are making different decisions, which based on them taking control of
you
their
just
own
said
lives.
exactly what I said, Chris. You literally just said what I said.
Why you keep cutting him off?
So the whole fact of it is the reason the birth rate is lower is because men ain't doing their job.
Oh, it's men's fault. Okay, it's men's fault.
Well, whose else is gonna be the woman?
Hold on, let me find my damn. Where's my damn sound effect for his ass?
Beta male.
All right, so it's men's fault. Okay,
So
got you, Mimi.
Wait. When we talk about beta and alpha, what does a beta do?
Beta male.
He's subservient to an alpha male. So the alpha man who runs their family
Yes, don't
and
get
runs
triggered,
society
man. Stop.
and handle business aren't there. So because there's a lack of alpha men handling business, you want to say beta.
All right. I got you. D Nice, say your point, and then Mimi, I'll let you close it out. We're gonna shift this over. Golly, man, we've been on this for longer than I anticipated. What's your last thought?
Technically, it's been
Y'all
better.
got cooked too, by the way.
Technically,
Go
it's
ahead.
been better.
Oh,
Technically,
he
it's
said
been
it's getting
better.
better?
You know? Yeah. Technically, it's
wait.
getting better.
By what? But real quick, by what metric?
Women are owning their more businesses. They're becoming more independent. They're more healthy. Sex is
You know,
healthy.
businesses crash within the first 5 years, right?
Hey, but they're
You know this out of all
decades.
people.
More women real estate.
And starting up boutiques, starting
Hey,
up hair
listen,
boutiques and
stop
clothes.
cutting me off. You asked the
Okay,
question
sorry.
if it's getting
All right,
better.
all right,
I'm
all
telling
right,
you,
my
yes,
bad,
it
my
is. So you looking at a relationship standpoint. I'm looking at the financial standpoint. They're doing phenomenal.
holistically?
They're doing phenomenal.
Are they really?
Hey, check this out. It was a girl that just made $4.73 million on OnlyFans.
Hey,
That's a good thing.
D-Nice, I just want to add in this factor. Forget the women making money. Let's think about the amount of starving kids that number has drastically dropped. Because back in your parents' days or whatever, it was normal for them to half the block to be starving, broke as hell. Not everybody got money. Less
Yeah,
kids
then
are
we both was
starving.
on free
Education
lunch
is
at
at the
East, right?
thumbnail.
If y'all think that is accurate, y'all clearly
All right, look, listen to me. As far as the
Poverty is
relationship
down.
things go, relationship wise, everything is down. But as far as like women,
it
as
ain't
a
just about
whole
relationships.
independently, nah, bro. They coming
And
up. They
actually,
might not do the same thing
families
that
are
they
block of society. So once the family go, the society is next to fall. So whatever.
That's true.
Anyway,
I
Women
think
are
that
not.
you're absolutely right. I will agree with you on that point. I feel like that we are doing exceptionally well financially, but I think that we traded it for our social code. Like, and people don't realize, like, when you destroy and break, you break the black man, but really you break the black woman, because once you break the black woman, she's going to destroy the family, because
damn
she
right.
has the upper hand in the whole system, right? And I do
That's the
understand
problem.
that.
That
But
is the
that's
problem.
not the problem. The problem started because of how it was all facilitated. It was meant
Yeah,
to be this
feminism.
way. No, it wasn't feminism. That wasn't the first thing. It was welfare.
That's a
When they
red
gave
pill.
welfare to white folks, and then black folks, they
Women
offered welfare to
chose
black folks.
welfare.
No, women did not choose,
They
because
did.
men were
I've
not working.
studied this
No.
intensely.
That's
It's
not how
called
that
the.
go. That's not how
It's
that
called.
went.
Okay, go
Men
ahead. Go
were
ahead. I'll let you finish.
disenfranchised and laid off from their factory jobs. They were
Ah,
not able to open because they had felonies and
it's my area of
misdemeanors, and the
expertise.
police were harassing them and all of that. So they couldn't get jobs. So now they're struggling. So
Mm.
now the government comes in and tell the mama she ain't got to struggle no more, but he can't be here. Okay, so, well, my kids need to eat and he can't work. So now he got to go. You know what I'm saying? Now that was just the
So
structure of it.
that is
And then
absolutely.
now women, because they created the structure, and women, like, I study this. Like, this is what I study.
Yeah, no,
But
that's my
listen,
area of expertise.
but listen,
Mimi,
no,
Mimi,
because
this
you
is
gotta
revisionist
understand the
history. I will not
structure.
permit it. I will not permit it. It is revisionist history. It is all
What are
false.
you
It is
talking
all a
about?
lie.
You know
If
that
you,
happened
okay,
when we was
are
kids,
you
right? You
familiar?
do
Are
know
any of
we
you
lived through
guys?
that, right?
Oh, listen,
You
listen.
realize
You
that we
listen,
actually lived through the crack
listen.
era. We
That has
actually
been
lived
that
through, like, I don't know how
that
old
particular
y'all
narrative.
are.
I'm 38.
That's what actually happened. I lived
Listen,
through it. I
I
saw what happened.
listen. Let me.
You couldn't. 1963 is when it happened.
Look up
Right,
this.
exactly.
Look up
But my
the.
mother was
Look.
born in
Oh, all right.
1963, right? So
Look
this
up
is
the.
not something that's twice,
My
three
mother
times
was born in
removed. This is
'65, so
my
I was
generation
born.
of
I was
people.
raised to it too. Let me just
Exactly.
say
So what are you
this.
talking about?
No, none
Okay,
of
so
us
let
was
me tell
raised
you what
to
I'm
it.
talking about. Let me tell
Like,
you what
we
I'm talking
don't know.
about.
All I know is up to 1960, like 1960, you can look at the charts, the graphs, and everything. At 1960 to 1964, like everything took a fucking like died.
Died,
Like
for
So
like
hold
sure.
up. But what
Died.
does
marriage,
Yep.
that imply?
business,
What does that? Hold on, real quick,
everything
Chris.
took a deep dive.
But think about this. What does that imply? What are you saying? You are saying that prior to 1960,
Yep.
the black community was thriving, correct?
I wouldn't say yes.
No.
Yes,
By
I would
every
say
metric, they were thriving.
yes,
So
yes,
what did
yes.
those? Okay, so what did those communities look like? I wonder. I wonder. It looked like nuclear families. Fathers were the heads of the home, and the single motherhood was not a thing. Abortions was not a thing up until the early 60s, when feminism, sexual revolution, and the welfare was a whole multivariant of issues that culminated during this time. But let me just speak to Mimi's point real quick about the welfare. So what's interestingly enough, and I want you guys to prove me wrong on this one whenever y'all get some time, look up the Monahan scissors effect. The Monahan scissors effect was a report that was put out by a economist named Patrick Moynihan, where he
Mm-hmm.
studied the graph of the welfare recipient rates and when the men were out of the employment market. So when these men, which is true, the men were out of the black men were out of employment rates were the unemployment rate was high. But if you look at that Moynihan scissors effect, the reason why it's called scissors is because as you see the men entering back into the marketplace, back into the employment market, you see the welfare recipient roles increasing simultaneously. So the men were getting back into the workforce, but the women still kept choosing the government cheese.
You
I
know, it
wonder
was not.
why.
It was not. It was first of
Look it
all,
up. Look it up.
Caucasians have
They
Government
kept
always
cheese, right?
been
taking
no,
the
stop,
government
listen.
cheese. They
Listen,
wanted that money
Caucasians,
over
we
a
are,
man.
You ain't
listen,
shit.
you
Know that?
cannot look at the numbers based on a flat line. You have to look at it in
I'm
black
telling you,
community and
I've
household,
studied
not
this.
across the board, because white people, Caucasian people will
Uh-oh.
always be the leading number in welfare because they are the leading number of people in the country. So
Yeah, but
you have to
disproportionately,
it's but you have to understand that if you look at a flat number, you're
disproportionately, we
looking at
represent
all
a
of that.
hefty
But
amount of people on the
no, but
welfare
at the
rolls.
same time, you got to understand, like, this is something we like. I don't know about you. I'm from Chicago. I'm from the south side of Chicago. I grew up, you know what I'm saying? Like, it
I'm
is
from
what
the
it
murder
is.
myth. What's happening?
Right?
What's
You know what I'm
happening?
saying? So we know, we saw what was going on. You know what I'm
Shut
saying?
up,
Like,
Darren.
I'm not
I
from
ain't
the, you
say
know what I'm
nothing,
saying?
dude.
I seen this. Like, you see what the disproportion was with jobs and all
Oh,
this
snap.
stuff that affects the family. And then you got to realize, like, we've been given a slave mindset.
Mimi, I'm so glad that you at least have some historical knowledge on this. You and me, we gotta do our own live on this. I want to spend more time in this, but I do want to move on to the next topic. But you know what? I see you, homegirl. I see you. We're gonna have to set something up. We're gonna
I
have to
like
set
her
something
better
up
than the
for
other
real.
one.
Huh?
I like her better than the other one.
Hey, watch your mouth, D Nice. Don't talk down about my homegirl, Des. Des, shout out to Des. I know she probably watching. He didn't mean
Shout
that.
out,
He
Daz.
didn't mean
Yeah,
none
You
of
I
the
was
that.
about
one,
to say something. Don't
yo,
do
you
that
a
now.
whole
That
We
dry
ain't
was
gonna.
bad.
snitch. You
That
Don't
was
dry
do
bad.
snitching for what? I
that.
ain't even say nothing. How you
Don't
know if
even
somebody
like
else in the
damn.
comments or
Don't do
something?
that.
She ain't
That
even
was
here to
Dry,
defend
that was bad.
herself.
dry
Yeah, she's
snitching like a
not here to defend
motherfucker.
herself.
Very so silent.
All
Damn.
right. Well, hey JP, did you want to say anything, man? I know you sitting back there slouched.
Nah, man, because we'll be going on and on about that shit.
Yeah, I know you're right. You're right. You're right.
Right.
All right,
It'll
let's
never
move on to
end.
this next subject. We probably only have time. We probably only gonna have time to get to this next and last topic. But I wanted to talk about the obviously you guys already know about the United Healthcare CEO being shot in broad. I don't think it was daylight, but shot out in public by this guy named Luigi. Oh, damn, my phone did. Luigi Monatango. I don't know how to say his name. I don't know how to say the guy's name, but apparently, um, he's getting some lots of support on TikTok. People are kind of looking at him as they're portraying him as a hero. You know, like he did us a favor. You know, somebody had to take him out because we don't have to delve into the complicated nuances of the healthcare system. We all know that it's crap, but is well, anyways, I'm gonna play the clips and then I'll ask the leading question. You know what I'm saying? Let me play the first one right here.
Luigi Mangione.
Luigi, how do you say it?
Luigi Mangione.
Mangione. Okay,
That
gotcha.
nigga from Brooklyn.
See what I'm saying, man?
Not
All right, hold
supporting Luigi because they are finding out that he's right wing. And honestly, I don't care if he's right wing or left wing. He did us a favor. This is something that we can all agree on, that insurance companies take our money and then deny us care. They should have nothing to do with medical decisions about our health. And this is something we can agree on. We have to find a common ground at some point and get MAGA to realize that it is a up and down situation, okay? It's the rich versus the poor, and they're making us poor, and they're hoarding all the money at the top. MAGA has to learn this at some point, and we have to find some common ground so that they can get it through their head. It's not right or left. The rich are screwing us all over, all of us. It is an up and down situation. And I hope MAGA comes around at some point. And this could be a chance for that. So, like I said, I don't care if he's left or right. He did us a favor. Okay, y'all take care. Bye.
All right. I got one more video, y'all. Play with in regards to this. Hold up. Last one. Let me take her down. She just want to run her mouth all day. All right, hold up.
Some of you asked if I would share the letter that I wrote to Luigi Mongione. Here it is. Hi, Luigi. My name is Lindsay. I'm 40, currently live in Connecticut, which I don't like, and I spent a lot of time learning about how beaver can mitigate climate change when I was in grad school. At the time, I thought my efforts would contribute to a solution. I've also been on a journey like the one you're just beginning. Mine was born out of negligence, but the moral and legal consequences are similar. From what I can tell, we share similar parallels in our histories. One of the greatest challenges I faced during my time was reconciling the wide gap between my intellectual framework and the reality of the system. To nurture my sanity, I filled my time with available programs, but more importantly, I used my free time to read and write. The correspondences I shared were some of the richest, most human experiences I've had the privilege to be a part of. I had engaging dialogues with friends, family, academics, podcast hosts, advocates, religious leaders, and strangers. In an environment devoid of humanity, the letters I received gave me a window to reality, to love, to sanity. I offer my friendship and support. I have seen what you've shared, and I acknowledge your suffering. I understand. I see you. I was transferred and housed in several locations. It was always planned without my knowledge. The abrupt changes were designed to elicit confusion and to disempower. Find peace in your inner solitude to be impervious to such things. My hope is that as your process unfolds, you find internal strategies to fortify your heart and soul. It gets easier. The first doctor I interacted with during my time offered me this piece of advice. If it's wet and not yours, don't touch it. If your circumstance is anything like mine,
Hey, listen, I'm done. You can cut it off now. Cut it off. Cut it off. Cut it off. Cut it off.
All right.
Yeah,
Let me
I'm
hold on.
gonna
Let me just hear the
I'm
last
gonna
part. Let me hear the
finish.
last part. Let me
Hot.
fast forward. Hold on. Last part. I know she's rambling. My
to
bad.
choose one's own way. And that's by Viktor Frankl. He was a survivor of the Holocaust and lived in a concentration camp, a psychologist, and he wrote an incredible book, Man's Search for Meaning, that if you have not read, you definitely should because it's a life changer. Some
All
of you
right.
asked if I would
And
share
there
the
is.
letter
Let
that
me
I wrote
pull
to.
her ass down. All right, lady. We done with you. Okay. There's a bevy of other videos that I could have
I know.
presented, but I
I've
think
been
you guys
hearing
get
that
it.
a lot.
Hold up,
I've
real
been
quick,
hearing that a lot.
Hold up. Wait a minute. So yeah, so what I'm saying is, it seems to be a growing sentiment amongst. I'm not gonna say it's the majority of people or nothing like that, but I see a growing sentiment amongst a segment of people who are supporting this man's actions. And what do y'all think? Want to start with JP real quick, Chris, and then you can go after him.
Chris can go first because I don't really have too much on this one.
Okay, go ahead, Chris.
I've been following this one for the last couple of weeks or whatever, paying close attention to what was been going on. And there's a lot of narratives that was going around before they'd even caught him, saying that he was paid off by certain senators and congressmen to do insider bidding when it comes to these companies, that these insurance companies, and that's how they're making their money off of it. So they promised them, you're gonna make this much money guaranteed every year or whatever, because we're denying this many claims or whatever.
Right, I
So
heard that too.
so within that, you know what I mean? you know that they're going to make this many gains in this many, you know what I mean, in a certain way. So you know how to play the betting game when it comes to the stocks and these companies, right?
All
And
right, Chris. Kind of get to your opinion about it all.
yeah,
I know
no,
you
no.
give me the backstory, but you know.
Let me finish though. So when it comes to, you know what I mean, this type of stuff or whatever, um, it seems like it's a growing, you know what I mean, thing where a lot of people in high power positions are getting their shit exposed. And us being the little man who's been getting screwed over for so long, you know what I mean? You kind of got this feeling of, you know what I mean? Is somebody going to do something about this? And when somebody do something about this, there's a hero complex or a vigilante complex, you know what I mean, to it. Even though what my man did was wrong as fuck, bro. There's a better way of going about it. Because you didn't really do anything to put somebody else in that position. And who knows how ruthless they're gonna be when they get in that position. You know what I mean? So there's just a light exposed. And I think that's all this did was just expose a large light on something that's been going on for a while that needs to come to a stop. Do I think he's right? Fuck no. There was a thousand different ways you could have went this direction, but you chose this way. You know what I mean? So
Mimi,
I feel
what's
like
your
anybody,
thoughts? Oh, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry. Finish up.
no, I feel like anybody who's sitting on his side saying he did a good job is forgetting the fact that that man got kids, got family. You know what I mean? And them the people that's really suffering right now. So
All right. Mimi, what's your thoughts?
I think it's so crazy how we are so disassociated from death, right? Like, I think it's crazy that people are like, "Yay, he killed them!" Like, that is insane to me. First of all, like that we in a society where like this vigilante type of thing is like okay. I mean, but I was sitting here thinking while y'all was talking, and that kind of has always been. You've always had people that support murderers and stuff like that. You know, it's internet now, so it's more in your face. You see it all the time. But I was just concerned about that first video. Like, that was very concerning to me. Like, you happy that this man got murdered because you don't want to pay insurance? Like, that's insane that people would get on the internet and say that. Like, because you don't want to pay your premium.
No. Hold up, Mimi. It's not the fact that you got to pay insurance. It's the fact that you got loved ones who died in the hospital because they couldn't get the medical treatment that they needed because y'all was playing games with the money.
I get it. But at the same time, you on the internet saying, yay, that he got killed because the insurance paperwork. This is a man that, yes, he probably does work for the insurance company. Yes, he probably has a job to do. But it's not finna stop just because he killed him. You still finna get kicked in the ass. The policy is not finna change because he dead. They just gonna put somebody else in the position and pay them more to risk their life because niggas a possibility you might get shot in the head. Do you want the position we don't pay you $1 million?
And that was the point that I was trying to make earlier. You shined a light on it or whatever, but you really just took a man from his family. At the end of the day, the system's still there.
It's still there. Nothing's gonna change, and y'all are like talking about yay, like ding dong, like the witch is dead. No, that's just insane to me. This man has a family. He has kids. He's doing his job. How either immoral or moral we think it may be, it's all perspective because, you know, people that have money, unfortunately, it has always been the story of the haves and have-nots. And when you are a have-not, you got to expect have-not shit to come with it. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is.
Here's the scarier part about what like after hearing what you just said with the replacement of his position or whatever. He was appointed that position by people who said that, hey, yo, you the best man to protect my billions. Now that you're playing with life and death or whatever, of a position that plays with life and death, how ruthless do you think they're gonna the other dude they're gonna replace him with?
Oh, it's gonna be crazy.
Like, yeah, we wasn't getting shot at before, but now we getting shot at. Hey, we need a real killer in there. A real heartless motherfucker in there.
D-Nice, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Well,
there's the sigh of death.
I never support death, okay? But I do know I do know that people, do things out of, that simple separation. It's just business, right? I've learned a long time ago that that line is very blurred when it comes to certain stuff. This situation reminds me of two different type of movies on the low. It reminds me of A Bronx Tale, and it reminds me of Now You See Me. Because what happens is these type of things happen because there is a boiling point. Now, Chris said he has kids, he was appointed to the position and all of that stuff, right? We were talking about morals and how different they are and how single people have morals and stuff like that, right? Here's the thing. If we went by Neil's narrative and about everybody's having the same morals and everybody being on the same playing field, that $1 billion man would not be dead right now because he'll be making the correct choices. Now, mind you, there is business, there is personal. But at the end of the day, do you know how hard it is to watch someone you love die slow? That's number one. Then number two, watching somebody you die slow and it's nothing you can do and you're doing everything you can do. Imagine if somebody had 7 kids and those 7 kids had at least 2 kids apiece and they all trying to get their money together because they have to come up with this one procedure that their parent, grandparent, or whatever was paying for the last not 1, not 2, but 10 to 20 motherfucking years. That is going to put such a bad stain on your brain about insurance, doctors, hospitals, everything above. So with this guy, right? I don't really, like I said, everything is subjective because I don't know what he was doing or whatever, and I'm not going to praise him like he's a vigilante or nothing like that. It could be a boiling point because a lot of people take, like I've noticed that certain families and certain cultures hold their elders up to like a king status. So let's say he was like Italian or something. He might sound like he's Italian, and it sounded like who was passing away was dying really slow. And they was doing everything they can, and somehow, some way in this policy, they found some type of small fine print. It was like, yeah, this is why we're going to deny you because of this, and that. Now, if somebody's already on their way out the door, sometimes you got to swallow that bullet. Pause. But if there is any type of chance that this person go at least 3 to 5 years longer, let alone another decade, you're definitely doing everything in your power to get this situation taken care of. You're going through any circle that you have to go to get this taken care of. This guy might have been just like, yo, listen, this is all I had right here. And they slowly took this away and they F me over. They fucked me over because in this policy it says if I pay for this amount of time, if I do this, then I should be able to receive this. As far as somebody premium being high, the premiums go up and down every year. It depends on what type of insurance that you got. But when it comes down to that real shit that's going to help somebody fucking live another couple of years, that shit leaves a nice stain on somebody's brain. Should he have killed my man? Probably not. But there's another way around, as Chris said, right? What if he's exhausted? All 100 different ways that he could have went around, and this is the only thing he got in the back of his head because he felt like they was playing it. You cannot put a cap on what somebody feels and how they how they look up to like a family member or something like that. Now, mind you, other than that, when it comes down to how many people this has happened to, it's hundreds of thousands. It's a ton of people that this company has been doing this exact same act to. See what I'm saying? So it's not just the people that's on TikTok and stuff and this guy family. Bro, these people are cheering this guy on because this is an international insurance company. This is a big company. And they're doing this on a big scale. Sometimes things slip through the crack. Good security, getting escorted, man shields and all of that stuff will help you 110%. But some things slip through the crack. Nigga, I just landed it. Everything slips through the crack. There you go, my guy.
All right, dope. JP, what's your thoughts?
And who said I was capping about putting a price on?
We're gonna open it up in a second. JP, what's your thoughts?
Man, once you start to realize, man, once you start playing with billions and billions of dollars, man, morals and character and stuff like that, man, that's out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta realize that you some of those people, well, all of those people, when you start playing with billions, quarter billions, anything 250 million on up, bro. To consistently make that money, they're doing some real heartless things, bro. Your next topic, that you put up there, even with the industry, what I'm saying, with Jay-Z and shit like that, people don't realize, those elite circles, bro. They turn a blind eye to a lot of shit and they get real shady shit done. You can't care about the have-nots to keep the economy booming. You can't. Money has to, you make more money off of selling dreams to the have-nots, but moving money around with the haves to build capital. So and then the fear of death when it comes to pharmaceutical companies and the insurance companies, man, when the lack of knowledge and the lack of knowing to scare the folks, just like the jab, for the lack of the people who don't know, that's how you make the more money. It's the uninformed. So, bro, most people that's making this the sad tactics of people who saying that, oh my God, the rich and the poor crying about, man, either get rich or go die trying.
No, for real. That's for real. That is the realest. That's what it is. It's always
Get
been the
rich or
have
die
and the have
trying, bro.
not. Like it is what it is.
I don't really know the real backstory of it, and I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? I hear what you say. I hear the videos. I like to talk about things just from the standpoint of what makes sense. You know what I'm saying? The backstory really don't matter. I mean, it gives me context on whatever. But what I can grasp from all of this shit is, man, everybody want to be elite and be in that club and make this money that they see all these white billionaires and all these millionaires make, till you realize what the fuck you got to do to be in those clubs.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I chime in, Chris, I think you had made a comment during D Knight's giving this soliloquy. Did you want to speak to that or not?
I mean, we live in a world where, you know what I mean, there's a gap within the system. Like JP said, like get rich or die trying. Well, the messed up part about that get rich or die trying, everybody don't want to be rich. They just want to be comfortable. More people want to be comfortable than want to be rich. That's the thing about it. In order to be rich, you have to keep up a certain workload and effort that most people ain't really willing to invest in. Just give me my decencies and my normal stuff, and I'll be all right. You know what I mean? I don't need the extra.
That's cap.
But you gotta understand what breeds complacency.
Why do you say
Comfortable
Hold
20
on,
years
one at a
ago.
time.
Comfortable 20 years ago is not comfortable today. So the margin for comfortable is always gonna change.
Exactly.
So you have got to elevate. You cannot stay. You keep doing the same thing, you're gonna keep getting the same results. So, like with the economy now, right? It's in shambles for
No,
the
it's not.
average. No, it's in shambles for the average working American that is not bringing home over 80 to 85,000 a
You
year,
know why?
because the cost of living has skyrocketed right now in this period so high.
You said the
right?
cost of living and that margin, yeah, that goes up. But comfortable is comfortable, and that's what most people prefer.
No, it's
Gonna be
not. But your level of comfort is always going to change. You know why? As soon as people get their income tax, this is why. You can be comfortable all year round just making your regular work check, right? You be comfortable. But then when your income tax check come, what you do? You go acquire everything that you was thinking about while you was just comfortable that you could not acquire. And then you put yourself back in the same rotation every year because you just want to be comfortable. But your level of comfortability changes with your
even though he
resources.
tried to play me.
I mean, having a decent sized house on a decent sized property with a decent vehicle, Yeah, next year the latest and greatest comes out, but that's just normal stuff. We're talking about living a
Decent to
lavish house,
who though?
huh?
Your decent might not be my decent. My decent may be you know what I'm saying? Everybody's level of comfortability is different. So yeah, everybody want to be comfortable, but I think you should strive to be great because to try to it's hard to try to maintain comfortable. You either gonna fall so far below or you gonna rise above because
But
trying to maintain
I
But I
comfortable
think
is
disagree.
Chris is
hard.
saying that. I think Chris is saying generally, most people are average.
well, but I
I
only
mean,
said
that's what I'm saying. Like outside of what living standard are you looking for that says like your comfort meets a standard that supersedes the norm?
but what you said was most people, right? But
Yes.
I don't know what our age range from here on the panel is, but with the most that you're speaking of, they're dying out. That age range of what you're really saying
The
that's
comfortable
comfortable,
you right.
that really appreciate just being comfortable. The
I
Mm-hmm.
don't
gener-
see
the world that is coming now because of what is pushed, comfortable and just being there, it can't be acquired because we don't
Mm-hmm.
have affordability anymore. We have a
Mm-hmm.
spending problem now.
Mm-hmm.
People, the world has a spending issue. Just going back to what she was saying, because every time you elevate, because no matter what you say, I don't care how modest and how thing that you and how much of your morals that you, man, I ain't gonna never, I just want to be comfortable. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to, man, when you grow and continue to get more, your spending habits and what you acquire does not stay the same. Now, I'm not gonna
I
talk about
disagree.
X that comes once a year, the February Super
I
Bowl,
you
Black
Indiana.
America. I'm not talking about that. But what I'm talking about is when you're striving and you grow, your spending habits, what you acquire, does change. And that comes with the spending problem that Americans have because why?
Mm-hmm.
You have
Uh,
when you have more, you do more. You don't put back more when you get more. That's just human nature. That's human nature. You don't put back more the more that you get because while you have more, most people now in this generation now, we grew up coming through college. Oh wait, anywhere from 05, 06 to 2011.
oh
And
04,
in our, what was ingrained in our minds, get that check and get it, spin a
oh
check and
04.
get it right back. That's all we heard. We
Mm-hmm.
heard grinding,
Mm-hmm.
getting it, blowing money. That's all. And it
Mm-hmm.
ingrained in the new generation mind because all we had to do was go out there and get it. Even though we spend it, we know how to get it right back. But what it did was put pressure and a lot of stress on people because when you go back and get it, you don't not only get what you lost, you always had to double up to accommodate what you lost, plus have some more room to
Mm-hmm.
spend some more.
All right, JP, let him respond
Why
real
I say
quick. Go.
that, you're
Let,
correct. But from what you're saying, where you at thinking of what most people, it's not most anymore. That number has gotten very even more smaller. So it's not small, it's a small number now that just want to be straight and okay and comfortable.
go ahead,
I
most
Chris.
most people that I've you
yeah.
know what I mean dealt with want a house that's probably about $250,000 on a property that sits on probably 10 to 15 acres or whatever, and be able to pay it off before they're 50 to 60 years old, and then leave it to their kids when they die.
What is that?
That's most people I know. And a $250,000 house, call it to what I can only speak on that on a number, but like
So like smaller.
that's a decent sized 2-story, probably 5-bedroom house. So
Where?
within
What state?
having or
What
acquiring
state?
anything more than that,
Probably
I
Texas.
would consider being rich.
What state?
Oh, I'm
What
like,
state
where
is
you at?
I would, I,
Where you at?
Definitely not out here in Michigan. I'll tell you that right now.
I
Not
mean,
in Atlanta.
okay, that's not true, Neil. That's not true.
I
But I'm gonna let
paid
him finish, Chris. Go ahead,
two.
Chris, and
Yeah, go
finish,
ahead,
and then
Chris.
I'll
Go ahead.
I'll chime in.
no, but regardless of the acreage or whatever, just a decent story house or whatever, where you know what I mean, you're not living in a shack or whatever, or something absorbent like a mini mansion, you know what I mean. While outside that, like I don't really see people like desiring to live a lifestyle outside of that. Like the whole lavish like lifestyle, are you going a couple of trips every year? But that wouldn't consider that rich.
But that's sad to me. I don't like it. I'm
That's
never gonna
living in
condone
reality.
that. I'm never gonna be like, yeah, just try to be comfortable. No, strive to be the most richest motherfucker in your area, in your world,
Chris
with your
is a
What's
circumference.
the
Chris.
richest person in the
Chris, are you
area that
saying
you have?
Chris? Are you saying, and correct me if I'm wrong? Are you saying that people should strive to be content as
No,
opposed
Yeah.
to? Well,
no,
that's
no, no,
just,
no,
I mean,
no, 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 no. No, I'm not saying on what most
Oh my
people
no,
god,
no, no,
bro!
no,
should
no,
decide.
I'm about to
Chris.
roast
I
him.
just want to make sure you. I just want to make sure that we're clear. Contentment is not the same as complacent.
Yeah. So
Content
within,
means that you are at
what
peace
she
where you
just
are.
said, what she just said. Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna strive to be the richest motherfucker in the neighborhood. That's not the mindset of most people. Now you are
It
high
should.
ambitious, and there's
It
nothing
should
wrong
be.
with that
But
because
it
that
should be.
personality is needed in society. Because everybody's not like that, it's good that we have people like that, but that's not most people.
But what I'm saying
That's
is
my
it
only
should
point.
be. That's the problem, is that it's not. Is that people strive for complacency. That's the problem. You fight to keep your complacence. Most people fight to be complacent. Most people, they will, that's why postal, when people go postal because they got fired or whatever, like it's because they wanted to keep, even though that job was wearing their ass out, and they, you know what I'm saying, but they had good benefits, they strive to keep their complacency. That is a dangerous place to be, in your complacency. That's why the society is the way it is. That's why people are able to get on the internet and have their grievance and say that it's okay that this man was killed because my family could not afford the surgery without the insurance, because we did not do what was needed to be done in my lineage to create it to where we would not have that problem, because we want to fight for our complacency. So this man's life was taken because, unfortunately, a lot of us are not able to provide, if we needed to pay for cash for a surgery, a major surgery. But that's unfortunate for us, not for them.
Go ahead. She keeping it real. D Nice, what you want to say?
Woo. I didn't know who declined what I said, but I disagree. I know that sustainable living is all over the United States. And for you, Neil, if you've never been to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, sustainable living is how
Mm-mm.
they live. So, what I mean by sustainable living is farming, acres of land, building your own house, building your own like boathouse, and all of this other crazy stuff. It's still tons of people that live like that. Tons. So when it comes down to being comfortable, whatever, it's all into what you want to do. It's a lot of people that's comfortable living on their 40 to 60 acres of land, planting their own stuff, taking care of their own pigs and cows and stuff like that, and moving forward. That's what I'm gonna say on that one. Um, as far as people being in positions to do certain stuff, hear me out. We make that investment when we decide to pick this insurance company. The fact that we're paying you monthly, sometimes two times out of each check, because you get, let's say you get paid every 2 weeks, you're going to be paying your insurance out of each check. These investments are our insurance for the insurance. So when the insurance are not insuring us that this shit is not going to be beneficial to us, it's going to drive you crazy. Not only because you've made a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years investment is in this same insurance company. When I do get fucked up, y'all telling me all of this money I invested into y'all not gonna help me. That's the key, and that's the boiling point of the situation. It's not so much of these people wanting to just go out and kill motherfuckers and shit like that. And I don't think he should
They
have lost his
executed
life.
that man, and they is on the internet talking about yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know what I'm
Um.
saying. I'm not gonna be on no yay shit or nothing like that. But I just
That's
think
so
that when you
crazy.
initially make that investment or whatever the case is, and things do change or whatever the case is, but you don't look for the things that you that's in your daily to take a hike that big. Do y'all remember the recession when the gas jumped up for the first time? And everybody was on the internet talking about, I ain't know gas was gonna be a bill and all of this other shit. Would you say that
It
all
was
of
like
those
went up to
people were
like
incompetent?
$6-7 in New
That's
York,
just
right?
crazy, right? See, like all of them people weren't incompetent people. It's just the shit hit the fucking fan. And they were used to doing their day-to-day stuff and living the way the society has presented it to their ass. But when they smack you, you get smacked. There's nothing you can do about the shit. With these insurance companies and stuff like that, you invest a lot of money. If y'all take y'all calculators out and whatever you make every 2 weeks or every week and see how much they take out, cram that shit into 1 year and then see how long you've been paying for it. You'll be like, oh my God, I could be somewhere in Barbosa or some shit like that. You can be anywhere you want to be. They make a lot of money. I'm not saying that they can save all these families because you do have to make strong judgments and vicious judgments in business. But, bruh, if it's 60-40 and it's 60 bad, that's not good.
Yeah. I guess I'll just state my piece. I think that it's reprehensible to make a moral appeal while justifying premeditated murder. And what I mean by that, granted, these situations are dire, families find themselves in, having to, go through these long, protracted processes in order to get the health care that they need for their families. I have situations like that in my family too. I'm sure we all know someone or have that situation ourselves. But to justify that, but to use that as means of justification to go murder someone is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. And I think I just think that if we don't kind of just to pick,
bro.
huh? What'd you say? Be nice. What'd you say?
I said niggas just died for less, bro.
Well, I mean, and I think that's wrong too. I think that's wrong too. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, trying to piggyback to what I was talking about earlier as far as moral law. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that healthcare is a right?
Yes.
Oh, right.
For the what? Yes.
Do you think it should be a right?
It is.
Yes.
Should absolutely be. Yes.
It's no different than the police or the firefighters.
Exactly.
JP, you think it should be a right?
I think based on some determining factors, of course, you can't be out here just doing stupid stuff to yourself and think they gonna keep on patching you up. No, like that's different. But
So you believe?
Should be.
So y'all believe in essence that private companies should be forced to provide you healthcare by government coercion, but government compulsion.
I think but I say the government should give us free healthcare just like they get in Canada.
Yeah, and it's like the worst system.
Listen, but everybody got it.
People from Canada flee to America for our health care.
Hey, hear me.
Because the system is so bad.
Universal health care because Canada's universal health care is horrible. But I think that this is America, and I think that they could come up with something a little bit more plausible than what Canada has. But I think that for what we pay in taxes to this place and the billions they send over to Ukraine and everywhere else, I definitely think we could have some form of beneficial universal health care. Because I don't know if y'all know how universal health care works in Canada. It's a deplorable situation to me. I mean, everybody has access, but do you really?
I feel like it wouldn't be that bad for us because we have some of the best doctors and shit like that in America. Like, so what they receiving over there is bad services kind of situation. They still get surgeries, they still get medicine, they get the same shit. They just got shitty doctors. We don't have
and they got longer wait times. It's way more than that. Longer wait times.
Shitty doctors and you hear
the
what
quality
I'm saying?
of care. I mean, it's the quality
Yeah.
of care.
And you on the list,
it's
you
not just
gotta wait. You like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
yeah,
just a lot.
yeah,
Their universal
yeah.
health care is not the
So if
best.
you have a surgery, to have, to get, I don't know, kidney transplant, you're waiting for an exponential long time period of time.
Yeah.
JP, what was you about to say, man? I know you about to chime in real quick.
I was just about to say, man. When you make it a government, you make it government mandated for them to help us out. You're gonna start realizing the shady dealings on how life insurance and United Healthcare throw each other alley oops, right? Because you're gonna watch, because when you're denying treatment, you see how many people don't have life insurance to be able to bury their family members, right? So it's a business, bro. They all make money off of each other, and both of them are trying to tell us how important it is to have both, but they're jacking up the price because we need both, right? So it's the game being played. So when you say that they need to give it to us, but honestly and truly, do we value it ourselves? Because at the end of the day, like D Nice was saying, if you really calculate how much comes out of our check, but then you realize motherfuckers don't have none of that shit if they ain't got no job. The only time we can have that type.
Sound like personal responsibility to me.
So the crazy thing about it is a motherfucker ain't got no job. They ain't going independently to go do anything. But when you go back to, you say, the private practices, most private practices have most of the business because most people, wealthy people
Kid's still up.
with money and
Go to
wealth,
sleep. Oh, niggas
they
11 o'clock.
understand how these big companies make their bread. So they put it within private agencies, entrusting that these are the ones that they can trust, because the big businesses are the ones that's playing with money because it's a business. So it's a crazy risky thing. I just think in America, bro, when you got a social security number, it's a business. You just live in life, you paying taxes on your existence. So at my point, man, I do what I can. I do it on, you know what I'm saying? And in this life is rented, dog. So it is what it
Okay.
is.
All right. Well, final thoughts on this, guys. We ran a little bit over than what I anticipated. Anybody got any closing thoughts on this one before we shut it down?
Regurgitate your red pill.
Okay, look, we're gonna have 1v1, D. 1v1. You and me. Just like I said to Mimi. I'm gonna do mine with Mimi. I'm gonna do mine with yours. Set it up. It's gonna be a debate. I'm gonna promote it. You and me. It ain't gotta do a red pill. I'm not red pill. I'm Christ pilled.
Make sure
I
my
ain't red
girlfriend
pill.
in.
I agree. And besides, all red pill is just descriptors of reality. That's all it is. It doesn't give. It's just descriptors of reality of what it's essentially game. That if you're not a man, you don't know these certain dynamics, then you're going to be aloof. And honestly, a woman's game is predicated on a man not knowing his value. That's not red
A
pill.
whole
That's
bunch of
me.
nerdy ass niggas that got no twat in middle school or high school.
Oh.
That's what it is.
And you know what? That majority of the time, D Nice, that is the case. That is the case. But I see a lot of like for the men who actually know how to deal with women and actually know how to approach women and actually know how to get women, they're basically fine. I don't know. It's almost like they're developing the skills or coalescing all of the information that we had naturally. Like if you naturally know how to get women, these guys they're like they're like scientifically trying to come up with a strategy to get that overall, I don't know, appeal to women. I don't know, whatever.
That sounds like
But
some shit Myron trying to do on Facts and Fit.
well, I mean, look, that might be the case. But anyway, we're deviating. We're deviating. JP, any closing thoughts on this topic? Or are you straight?
No, I'm straight.
Chris?
Straight.
Mimi?
I'm good.
D Nice?
Looking
I'm
thick.
straight.
All right. Well, listen, y'all. This has been a fruitful dialogue, as I promised. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I know it dragged on a little longer than what we thought. We didn't get to the last topic, so now I got to edit the whole title. But I appreciate y'all.
What was the last
Look out,
topic?
huh?
Might as well just talk about the topic, nigga. We already went over.
No, we ain't. No, I got work tomorrow.
What was the last topic?
It was the Jay-Z lawsuit.
Oh dang! I hate we missed that. That's great.
I know. We'll get to it another time. I mean, I'm sure at this juncture right now, it's still pure conjecture. You know, nothing's been substantiated. Basically, you know, some young girl. Well, excuse me. There's charges being alleged against Jay-Z, stating that he has dealt with a 13-year-old girl with Diddy or whatever the case, but nothing's been substantiated right now. So right now, Jay-Z responded in kind. I had all that, all of the posts that he made and his response to their law firm. But we'll get to that another time. I'm sure a lot of it's going to unfold over time. So we can jump on it probably next week or something if y'all are free. But I appreciate you, Mimi. I know this is kind of last minute. Next time I'm going to schedule my appointment with you so we can get this right. JP. Be nice. Stop, man. Chill out.
What happened?
No. He like to say a little side shit every now and then. Try to trigger me, but I'm poised. I'm straight. JP, you already know it's all love. Salute. Chris, you already know it's all love. Salute. D Nice, you already know it's all love. Salute. I appreciate y'all for coming on. Please tune in for next week's episode. If I God willing, I forgot how that phrase go. If the sun shine and the creek don't rise. I think that's how it go. Tune in for next time, y'all. Appreciate y'all watching. All y'all have a good night. Y'all don't have to wait in the background. I mean, in the back room. So I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
And you ain't black.